Hey, this is Alan Fenstermaker here with Top Rope TV. I'm here with F'N Brownie. How are you doing today?
Bloody brilliant, just got the dub, got the win there.
Alright man, now you're from Australia. Can you tell me a little bit about that at all? Or?
Yeah, so I come out of Sydney, Australia, or Newcastle to be more exact. That's my home promotion, Newcastle Pro. But I'm all over the east coast of Australia, from Brisbane down to Sydney, pretty much anywhere and everywhere I can get.
Okay, now can you tell me about Australian pro wrestling as opposed to in the United States?
I'm a little biased. I think Australia has the best wrestling scene that I've seen. The standard is there, the production's there. We have some of our top shows could go up against any major show anywhere. And we just saw that 2-3 weekends ago. AEW was in Brisbane. On that same weekend there was 3-4 other shows that all sold out, all did well, and really showcased the Australian talent. I was lucky enough to be on a few shows over that weekend. And it just shows that Australian wrestling it's top. It's top of the world. Okay,
now how about wrestling in Florida here?
Yeah, it's been good. I've been able to get a few shows under my belt now, which has been great. So here at WWN Live, been able to do a couple of Monday Night Mayhem matches, which has been great. Was out at Local Pro a couple of weeks ago, and I've been training and based out of the House of Champions up in Orlando.
Awesome, man. Now, did you train up there at the House of Champions?
So I'm training out of there while I'm here in the States. So that's kind of been the base of what I'm doing. But all my original training was done in Australia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, can you tell me about some of your wrestling training at all? Or?
Yeah, sure. So I started towards the end of 2018 in Townsville, which is North Queensland, under QWA. Mason Charles was the first trainer up there. He taught me all the basics, and I still go back to him for guidance and any sort of advice that I want now. So I started up there, moved down to Brizzy, did a couple of years there, and now I've moved down to Newcastle, New South Wales, under Newey Pro with Adam Hoffman and the House of Free Fighting.
Okay. Now, what's the most challenging thing you've encountered in your wrestling career, in your training?
It's hard to say. There's so many different things. Sometimes you get a bit of a block creativity-wise, you can get a block character-building-wise. For me personally, it's probably using social media and trying to get over on the socials and stuff like that. Like, I'm not the, most savvy guy when it comes to it, so it's hard for me to keep that going.
Okay, now tell me about that shirt, how you got the ECFN thing there.
Yeah, so sometimes it's just easier to, I would say, borrow logos or borrow things that seem familiar. So I've noticed that when I was travelling around, maybe it's a bit hard for fans to recognise the name, especially if I haven't got it on on this gear, my name's not written on it. So it's like, well, if I have a shirt that has my name, it's recognisable, people understand it, especially wrestling fans who know it. So sort of run with it there just to help get my name into your mind as you see me in and out of the ring.
Okay. Now, were you an ECW fan at all, or?
Of course. Yeah, grew up watching WF, WE, and of course ECW. So I don't mind a bit of hardcore wrestling every now and then when the opportunity arises. Definitely into it.
Now, what's your favorite hardcore match in ECW?
See, I'm a big Bam Bam Bigelow fan. So watching Bam Bam and Taz, where he put him through the ring, that was a major moment in my, as a young fella watching wrestling. That just seemed insane.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about Paul Heyman with WWE?
He's a genius. He's been there for so long, but he's a mind. Just like no one else can touch him with what he does. And every time he's on screen, every story that he's involved in, no matter who is the Heyman guy, it's money, and he knows exactly what he's doing.
Okay, now like any upcoming shows you have in the States while you're still here? Or?
Yeah, so this weekend I'll be heading out to Houston for Reality Wrestling, so back out there, and then hopefully trying to get back out here for either Sunday or Monday.
Okay.
Here at the OCC. and then up to New York for Victory Pro next weekend.
Okay, now what's it like wrestling in Texas? Have you wrestled over there before at all? Or?
Yeah, I was over there a couple weeks ago for reality, and it was a great opportunity to get in there and have a couple of minutes with the boys there, and just to meet everyone in the locker room and backstage. I can already sort of take back a lot of lessons to help improve and keep moving forward.
Now, what's your most memorable match that you've been in?
Most memorable match that I've been in? A couple of years back now, I was doing a match in Brisbane for F'N Pro, where we were lucky enough to have Chavo Guerrero run a seminar that night, and the heels that night tried to cheat and get involved, and to my luck, Chavo Guerrero was able to get involved in the match and to help me retain. I was the champion at the time, so help me retain the belt, so that's always going to be a top moment in my career.
Now, what was it like working with Chavo Guerrero?
Again, just the lessons I learned, like I was only sort of around him for a day or so, and just the knowledge and the lessons that he could help teach us, and running a seminar that same day, it helped me progress and keep taking. There's plenty of lessons that I learned over that time that I'm still using, and I'll still continue to use and continue to hopefully improve.
Alright then, anything else you'd like to plug or add or anything, or any socials? Or?
Oh yeah, well, follow me on socials at F'N Brownie on Instagram and Facebook, Twitter. Get around the Australian scene. Newey Pro, PWA, Integrity, Pacifica Pro, IWA, Venom Pro, Wall, QWA, MCW, EPW, Riot. Get around to all of them. If it's Australian Pro Wrestling, you know you're doing it.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Cheers.